right, y'all. We are back with another video. In the beef sector, the beef sector is a sector where YouTubers talk about other YouTubers in the sector. So, of course, that's why I got my start. So, we're going to definitely dive into that and have a conversation. For that are just joining in, if it's your first time watching the Wiley Show, welcome. So, we're going to be talking about how Rico this morning went live. We've been on the phone. We're trying to get as much information as possible about Rico. But VS went live, and she was talking about how, Wiley, I was a good friend to you, and you turned against me and all of this. This situation with VS and myself is just completely a misunderstanding. Let me tell you my start of VS. So VS came into the chat. This was years ago. This is when she was controlling TSCC. So me and VS was cool. We'd get on the phone, and VS did some good things for me with the car situation. They would donate for stuff for my apartment that I had at the time, as well as my audience. But they were sliding my audience and saying it was just all TSCC, and that's not correct. It was my audience as well with TSCC members. So VS had an issue with Sean Bradley. She had an issue with Sean Bradley. She was saying some things about Sean Bradley. She was sued by Sean Bradley. And they would really call her the Dark Forest. So now VS is talking about how I wasn't a good friend to her. That's completely false. I have supported VS. I was her supporter. I was over there in the chat. But when it came to the Sean Bradley piece, I would tell her, I would say, I don't think you should say that about Sean Bradley. I don't think you should do that. But she said, I got a witness and all this. Okay, that's your business. Congratulations. So it was an incident where I was close to VS, and Sean Bradley did a live. He was like, Wiley, you messed with your bag. Somebody wanted to do a documentary on you, and but you work with over there, but they don't want to do it anymore because you are associated with VS. Now, mind you, when I heard it, I was like, I don't believe Sean Bradley. He's just trying to get on my skin and really trying to mess up this whole thing with VS. So VS went live, and she was like, I'm going to let Wiley go so he can grow. I'm going to let him go because y'all think that I'm telling Wiley to do things, and I'm going to let him go. So she blocked me on YouTube. This was years ago. She was controlling TSCC. Some of the members, like Bless Walkers and them that was moderating for the chat, they jumped ship. They went over there with VS. Miss Pat, Bless Walkins, Tori Mom. It was like all these people, they went over there. So we just kept pumping out shows. So VS, and before that, VS also called my uncle when they was putting out allegations about me, and I gave her the number, and she called. I respect her wishes by removing her from the audio clip because she says she don't want to be on the audio clip. So I respect her wishes. I said, okay, you want to be on the audio clip? That's fine. My editor is going to edit you out. Now let's fast forward with this whole DC gate situation. With DC, I paid for my own flight. Rico paid for the Airbnb. VS was saying, hey, Wiley, since you coming, I'm gonna have some of my people come that same weekend so we can meet up, and I'm gonna link up with some of the TSC members. I said, okay, cool, that's fine, that's dandy, we can do that. I'm down with that. Rico was upset. Rico was fine with it, but then eventually he was upset about it because I was teaming up with VS. We did a storyline that we said, hey, we're gonna have a baby together, and we're gonna do this. And she was like really, 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 really entertaining. I was entertaining, and it just woke up the streets. Everybody was talking about it. So then this whole situation with Rico and myself, we went to the Airbnb. We did our thing. I wasn't that interested in Rico once Chocolate Bay came out. It was another guy came about. He was more intellectual. He was into reading books. He was into politics. So I started to cater towards him. Hold on one second. I think this. Hello. He's not in right now. No. Okay. Yes. I will let him know. Mm-hmm. Sally. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bye bye. Anyway, so back to the situation. So we in DC and Rico and I was intimate twice. I was I topped him twice, and I just saw I wasn't being interested. So Rico busting the door. Oh, this is my peen. This is my peen. This is my peen. This is my peen. Very aggressive. So VS wasn't even cool with Rico. So when we get back after the casino, everybody was telling Rico, kick Wiley out, throw him out. He's bad for you, Rico. He was wrong. But what people failed to realize, it was VS that took me to the casino. I didn't even know how to even get back to the Airbnb because I didn't even know if you can get an Airbnb from that location. I think we was in some part of Maryland, if I'm not mistaken, to get back to DC. So Rico allowed me back in, the whole situation with Lukerman and all that. Now let's fast forward. Let's fast forward. Me and VS, we was cool. Boom. But then let's get into the whole IHOP gate. Let's get into the whole IHOP gate. And also, VS told me to go upstairs, to have sex with Rico. It was like I was so forced to go upstairs because she was my ride, and I went up there and I couldn't. That my thing was so soft it couldn't get up for nothing. It was hot, and she told me to go upstairs to have sex with him. And I'm like, I couldn't get him on. Like I felt like I was forced. So when he's up there, she was outside in her car. Rico was he went on and did his thing. He was just jerking, and that sweet sweat just beaming everywhere. So he get back into the car. Now, when it comes to this IHOP gate, I did not tell that woman to go to IHOP. I did not tell that woman to meet up with VS at all. Shireen went up there on her own. And see, this is something that VS failed to realize. You keep blaming me for something I didn't do. I did not tell Shireen Reese to go to that IHOP. I did not tell her to do that. I did not tell her to go to that IHOP. She went up there on her own. She was on the phone. She was crying. She was doing all that. I said, you go and work with authority because what can I do? I'm thousands upon thousands of miles away. I'm living in Texas. How can I help you in this situation? I didn't go to IHOP. I didn't tell you to go to IHOP. VS was supposed to go meet up with some weird person named Kiki. She went up there. They up there having breakfast. The lady showed up. The lady showed up to the place. And Kiki was telling the lady to leave the IHOP. Man, won't you leave? Leave us alone. Shireen said, so what you going to do? I'm here. Talk of her big one. Shireen gets up out the seat, walk away to the front door at the exit of the IHOP. VS proceeded to follow her, either punched her or pushed her and sat on her and said, I'm VS, you ain't gonna play with me. You've been following my child, blah, 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 blah. VS had she had charges. I believe she said it was a misdemeanor of charges of it. They was, if I'm not mistaken, they said something about kidnapping. And then the lady was like, help, 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 help. She was yelling. This was all on camera. Now, all the people on YouTube that did not like VS said, this is our moment. A lot of people have club chat. A lot of people, Sean Bradley supporters, they said this is our moment to really get her. They was going up to the courthouse. They was making sure she stayed in jail. So with VS and this whole Rico situation, she's saying, you made fun of Rico. No, I'm just telling our problems with Rico. We don't want Rico to be arrested. We don't want Rico to be in jail. We want Rico to be in a treatment program. CVS, what you fail to realize, I've been on the phone with Rico a couple of months. We've been on the phone talking, and I tell him, go to rehab. He stopped talking to me because I kept encouraging him to get help. Rico refused the help. And I told him, don't do nothing on the internet, because whatever you do on the internet, they're going to use it against you. With the dog situation, yes, the video is very damaging. I agree, VS. So if you're saying he shouldn't deserve to be in jail and all that type of stuff, you may not feel that way, but them white folks that love animals said, okay, we gonna get you because we love our animals more than we like you. And so they arrested him. Now, again, he's held at the precinct. He's not in the county jail yet. He's gonna have to see the judge. And I'm assuming he might see the judge this evening or this night. So I'm gonna check with my producer to see if they got any updates from the Rico situation. Give me a second. Let me see if they have any updates on the Rico situation. Okay, they said, I'm at the courthouse. Rico is here now, but not ready to see the judge as of yet. So one of my producers are at the courthouse, and Rico is there at the courthouse, but not ready to see, but they're saying that they're not ready to see the judge as of yet. So it's still some waiting game. So we'll keep you all updated on that. But to blame it on Rico, have nothing to blame on himself. When I was going through the Walmart situation, you guys, I didn't blame nobody but myself. I blame myself. I took full responsibility for what I did. I apologize to the judge. I apologize to my family. I apologize to the community for what I did was wrong. It was embarrassing, and I have the full impact of my responsibility. I did it all, and I was to blame for it, and I took full accountability for what I did. When Rico had the incident with the cat, he did not learn his lesson. The same thing with me when the situation with the library. Didn't learn my lesson. Didn't want to take the medicine like I supposed to. Wasn't listening to the doctors. But once I sat down for about 3 months in that jail, 3 months, spent my birthday in jail, oh, best believe I learned my lesson. Every day I take my medicine. Every day I take the medicine. Every other week I'm in therapy. Once a month I go see my psych doctor. I took it serious. I didn't just jump back into YouTube to do it. The only reason why we jumped back into YouTube because we need the money, because jobs wasn't hiring us. I said, okay, let me go back on YouTube where I do have an audience and let them know I need this. And some people are coming out and helping. And some people said, well, I got you on this day. I said, God bless you, because I do have an audience that love me. VS, you have an audience that love you, but you were doing a lot of stuff in TSC, so you can't blame KRN for what he was doing, because before there was a KRN, there was a such thing as VS. There was a such thing as TSCC that was harassing people. There have been many people that was harassed by the leadership of VS and TSCC, and they called her out on it. So if you want to call out KRN as and then sending dog whistles, maybe y'all shouldn't support KRN. I'm like, you singing a dog whistle for people not supporting? They ain't gonna listen to you. They ain't gonna listen to you at all. Them folks still gonna watch KRN as long as he offer entertainment. And if he ever stop, they're gonna go somewhere else and watch them videos. They ain't gonna stop watching just because you said, why y'all still subscribing when I was doing it was wrong, but y'all still supporting KRN and all that? They're going to do it. That's the public. If you're doing something vicious, that's the public. They still going to support it. When I was having my Walmart crash out, and Corey, you can contest to this, and Daily Dose of Jazz, you can contest to this, Heavy Bear, you can contest to this, Uppity, you can contest to this. It was over 1,000 some people in the chat watching me have a crash out, watching me having a mental health crisis. And then for VS, I thought you was kidding. You're not a psychiatrist, so your word don't even matter, honey. You're not even a therapist. You're not a psychiatrist. You're not a therapist. Your word don't mean nothing about my mental health. I thought you was kidding. It ain't about you. It was a mental health crisis. I was really going through it because I was acting up behind the closed doors in jail, acting a plump fool. It took me a couple of days to settle down for that medicine to get into me for me to act right. So you just sending dog whistles. Well, maybe y'all don't need support. They're gonna support KRN. Rico, in this instance, I'm not trying to speak bad about him, but he's the blame. He did it to his animal. He did it to his animal. What up, Uppity? I see you in the chat. He did it to his animal. He mollywopped it, and then VS saw the video, and she admitted it and said the video was damning. VS, you admitted it that the video of the dog him. You know, so you saw the video. And so when you seen that particular video, he have no way to blame himself. They take damaging dogs very serious, attacking dogs very serious. So the charge is, you guys, and this is coming from my producer, and now we do have a producer at the courthouse. It's the Penal Code AM353. I'm going to read it to you guys regarding it, you guys. We're breaking the story. We got to make an income because Rico have no way to blame but himself. But we're going to get into Rico. We praying for Rico. Yes, we are praying for him. We want him to be released. And we do have a producer there, making sure Rico is fine, just checking on him and everything. So the New York Penal Code AM353 is actually a section in the agriculture market law, not the penal law. It addresses mistreatment of animals, specifically defining and prohibiting actions such as overdriving, torturing, injuring animals, and failing to provide proper care. So they're saying here in this particular, so that's pretty much the charge that it is. So he is detained at the what was that? Where is he detained at? Give me a second. He's detained at the 113th precinct, but he's at the courthouse now, you guys. He's at the courthouse now, and they're having this conversation. So that's the situation for the dog. But I'm gonna take y'all back on last year. Sean Brad. Now, mind you, I knew Sean Bradley was coming to Vegas, but he never told me he was going to link up and see me and we team up or link up or whatever. I didn't even know. I knew KRN. I didn't even really know KRN was coming. I didn't even know Captain Christian was coming. I just so happened following VS because VS said, "Hey, I want to see you," and she wasn't answering her phone. So I go to the Luxor Hotel, and I'm just walking around, waiting on VS to call me. She haven't called me, so we up at the club. I went to some place where adults can go down the slide and adults can listen to music. They have a DJ, they have drinks. So I'm not a drinker. So I go there. Before I know it, the music was popping. I'm manic, so I'm dancing, having fun by myself, thinking that I'm going to be the vice president of the United States of America. I wasn't even in my right mind. And so VS was saying, because I told VS, let's link up at the MGM. So then after I left the Luxor, I believe I went to the MGM Grand, and I was up in there. Then a voice in my head said, "See if you can go to the concert, to this concert." I mean, no voice was raging in my head. Go to the concert. You know, you about to run. You about to run. You about to be the vice president of the United States. So my mind, I clearly wasn't there, and so VS was like, "No, she can't meet at the MGM Grand first." So I'm leaving my house, going there all on the strip, doing some going there, trying to rescue VS because it was some threats that they was trying to harm VS. Thank God I didn't link up with her and they try to harm me because I don't want to be fighting nobody, you know, that type of stuff. Absolutely not. That's the wrong time to be trying to fight somebody that's manic. That's the wrong time because I'm trying to fight somebody that's not in their right mind. That, ain't that ain't gonna be good at all. Trying to fight somebody that ain't in their right mind and they manic and they big, almost 300 some odd pounds, and you want to try them? Really? That ain't on their meds at that time? Ain't no way in the world. So VS, I believe VS was upset. She felt some type of way that I linked up with Sean Bradley. And mind you, Sean Bradley just came. He was recording. When I linked up with King Roman News, I got on his live. When I linked up with, it was Captivating Christian. And they wasn't even there a long time. And I was partying, having a good time. And then I left. And then I went somewhere else. So, and then after that, I went home. So I just think with VS, you somehow, you never be, I have been there for people. I supported VS, but when the relationship end, the relationship end. What with VS have to understand is she did some stuff in this sector that she have to ask. And then she explained and said, this is why I don't do this sector, because it's bad, and because when I do it, it's a problem. But yes, I agree. When a man do it, it's different when a woman do it. Let me tell you why. Because we live in a society that men are able to get away with things that women cannot get away with. That have always been our historical reasoning with women versus men. It's always been a thing where men could do things that women could do. Case in point, if a man go out sleeping around, they consider to being a player. Oh, he doing the thing. He's right with the ladies. But if a woman go around selling, spreading herself around, she become a hoe. She becomes a thought. So it's always a difference when women do it versus men when men do it. So yes, there are different in the sector. Do I agree? Men should not cuss out women. Yes, I agree with it. But sometimes I can flip and go blah 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 blah. Somebody said, I don't care, Wiley, and VS can do no wrong in my eyes. I understand that. She's very entertaining. I'm not taking away from her. I'm glad to see her back. But like I even said that Rico, shouldn't be in jail. I've said it and I'm going to repeat it. Rico should not be in jail for that. Rico needs to be in a treatment program. Because when I seen Rico be in a treatment program, he have a lot of stuff. Now, what VS said, she said that he have nuts to lose. He may lose his housing. He might get the dog back, and that's a very dangerous person, and she's right about that. So KRN need to make sure that he have the proper security measures in place, because it is a person that might try to come after him because he feel like you did me wrong by reporting me to the cops, and I lose my housing, and I got to go meet up with you. So KRN got to make sure all the security measures are done, because some things, because Rico might try to do something. You can't trust them type of people. We all seen an incident that happened in Vegas between the YouTubers. Them YouTubers were saying it. Nobody believed that it was going to go serious. It was all on the YouTube. Maybe that Sin City Manny got in his car, talking about her, my biggest fan is in Vegas. He said something about teardrops. Next thing I know, he pulled up. The Finleys was live. He pulled out that heat and he pow two people on the strip because of a beef on YouTube. So we know how these beefs can go, and that was way worse than IHOP. He said it on the video, and his wife was even helping him with the situation. So let me say this about VS. VS, I'm glad that you told the truth about Rico, but just don't lie and say I wasn't a good friend. We were cool. We were cool friends. We were cool together. We was. I don't have an issue, but when you came back, you felt that I'm to blame. And I said, why you ain't talking to me? I ain't to blame for you to being off the internet. I didn't call the courthouse. I didn't tell the judge not to release you. I didn't do none of that stuff. I told the SEC members that they should give an attorney so you can make sure you get the proper representation so you do not get off the internet. That's what I said on the video. But you still feel as though that I told Shireen to go. But I can't change that, sister. But I do agree with you what you said, and I have said it over and over that Rico should not be in jail. I also put out a statement on my community wall about Rico. Then Jess Kimmy came in the chat, and I tried to screenshot what she said, but she had got blocked. And I said, man, I should have heard the screenshot. But was it Jess Kimmy? Was it Jess Kimmy? Or was it Lady Dimples? I believe it was Lady Dimples. I think it was Lady Dimples. I believe it was Lady Dimples. I believe it was Lady Dimples that called. I believe it was if I'm not mistaken, and she said something about VS, and VS got mad. No, she didn't get upset, but she got called into this show. I believe her name was Lady Dimples, if I'm not mistaken, and she blocked her. She removed her from the chat, and they blocked her. So I believe it was Lady Dimples. But in Rico's video, you guys, Rico video, he said in the video, he mentioned Armand Wiggins, he mentioned T.S. Madison, he mentioned Kaya. He was saying all of that stuff. But the police knew that they was going to arrest him. They knew it. That's why they showed up to his door. They showed up to his door. So I believe he will get out. I receive it. I believe it that he will get out. I'm praying for him to get out because he should not be sitting in jail for a situation. Yeah, he also mentioned Tasha K. He did mention Tasha K. I'm like, oh my gosh, you mentioning everybody, baby. They probably wrote in their notepad, probably went to Google and said, oh, you mentioned Tasha K. Or you got a T.S. Madison. Or you have an Armand Wiggins. Oh, they probably researched all up on their computer. And I'm like, what they got to do with it? They ain't got nothing to do with that beef between you and KRN. They don't have nothing to do with that. And I said, should KRN respond? And I believe he will respond to it. But he did say he will call the authorities if you hit the dog. He said he have no problem with doing so. Now, mind you, the police before the police came, I believe this a week or so ago, that it was the animal control people. They didn't remove the dog, but the police removed it because they said they saw scarring, they saw stuff on the dog. But Rico was saying that the dog was at the animal shelter, and that's what he had that. And unfortunately, Rico cannot even Rico can't even get an attorney privately because he don't have the money, so he would have to depend on the public defender. Yes, he was name dropping; it wasn't necessary. So it was a lot of stuff that was going on, and yeah. But yeah, so people have been supporting the Wiley Show, coming back and watching the Wiley Show, and I thank you so very much. She said, "When you had that booger in your nose," yes, I did. I did have that. Who cares? And y'all was in the chat, y'all was loving it, and y'all was watching it. Okay, but VS was fine. Then VS started to come up to Sean Bradley and stuff like that. I even had to apologize to Sean Bradley for the things that I said for being a part of the challenge that she had, because she had the John Gacy challenge, I believe that was. And I did the challenge just to get the money. I didn't even know that John Gacy was a whole cereal, you know what I'm trying to say. So I'm like, wow. Wiley's good friend took up for Tasha K through the CB loss, through the Cardi B lawsuit, when most everybody else was against her. Yes, but then it was come a time when she lost, and me and Tasha K disbanded, and then her member was mad at me, said some stuff, was talking bad about me. Then Tasha K was talking bad about me to Armand, and then eventually relationship just really sad because I felt that she only used me when I was going against Armand Wiggins, and that's fine. But we no longer there. But we can't lie. The Mess Express was very lit. It was a lit show. When I tell you that it was so much fun on the Mess Express, it was entertaining. It was a panel show that Lady Nika, Bless Walkins, Lady Nika, Bless Walkins, VS, and Chopper. They did what is called the Mess Express, and it was a popular show that many people was watching it. Then I came out with a show, Two Men and a Lady, and that's what we brought Storm Monroe on board. We brought 7 stars on board, and these people is not even B-sector people. I just brought them on board, and this was way before Storm Monroe had a lot of hundreds of thousands of subscribers that he have today. So yeah, she did a whole show, and the Mess Express was very hilarious. It was, no lie, it was very hilarious. The Mess Express was definitely hilarious. I watched it. Hey, Hottie Fly, it's so good to see you. I remember even when me and Hottie Fly, we did a whole video when we was in Atlanta. We went live on YouTube and we did a whole video. It was very entertaining. It was me and Hottie Fly. We talked about a whole lot of things on the video, and it was fun. But the thing about, thank you, love you, Hottie Fly. The thing about VS in this situation I believe she was upset about King Roman's numbers, and she feels some type of way about that. That's what I heard. So, because when she sent out the dog whistles, not should people support him and all of that, I was like, do you feel some type of way about the numbers? Because he wouldn't have been a conversation if he did not have the numbers. I'm just saying. Hey, I see y'all in the chat, y'all. So I'm like, is it really something about the numbers that's getting under your skin? Yes, I did have Two Man and Lady. Yes, because it got to be something that you believe is something with the numbers, because you kept saying y'all still support. Did y'all unsubscribe? Did y'all stop being members? Listen, you can unsubscribe and still view the mess. Just because you unsubscribe, you will still view the mess. It's people that unsubscribe for me, but then when I say something that they really like or say something that they really do, they'll stay here and they'll jump up out the bushes. We had one moderator that said she will never be back. She said, I ain't never coming back to the Wiley Show. You this and this. And then guess what? A couple of days ago, she just jumped up out the bushes and she came into the chat. I ain't trying to be messy, Miss Deborah, but she told me, I ain't never coming back to your chat. I'm done with the Wiley Show. And guess what? She jumped up out the bushes and she came into the chat. So stop saying what you would never do. I had folks that say they would never get on the phone with me, that they would never befriending me. And guess what? They befriended me and we resolve our issues. Because stop saying the word never. You don't know what you would be in a bind of doing. Now with Rico, and I'm just being real, I don't want to see Rico come home and not have his housing. That's sick. I just got off the street just to be somewhere to have a roof on my head for a couple of months. I don't want to be on the street. Every time I go on the street, sit on, I say, I don't want this. Thank you, sis. Love you. I come back, love him as a viewer. Love you, Wiley. Thank you. I don't want that. I don't want that for Rico. But Rico must understand that you cannot harm your animals on the internet. He must understand that you can't post that stuff doing it to your animals. You just can't do it. It's not a good look. Because if you harm your animal like that, then you get yourself in a whole lot of trouble when they report it to the authorities. Because I'm telling you, white folks see that, they take animal cruelty very serious. It's his fault. We can't blame. And here I am getting dragged for filth by VS. Dragged for filth about VS. And then I remember when me and VS were talking, and when she was up there breathing them puppies in her kitchen. Yeah, they got Michael Vick because of animal cruelty. So they take that very serious. So Rico done listen, he's going through a lot. His health is failing. He's going through a lot financially. He said, I can't hardly keep my lights on. He's going through all that stuff. He can't focus and have a job. And I said, Rico, you need much prayer. You need to be, and first of all, before you try to get a job, you need to go to a treatment program. I will never forget it. I said, you need to go to a treatment program. My psych doctor said, I don't think you need to be working. You need to focus on your mental health right now. Make sure the medicine, and then you got to be careful what industry you work in so don't have those triggers. And then here I am, and one thing that me and VS can relate to was when I got out of jail, I tried to be an Uber driver. I tried to be a Lyft driver. They said, nope. I tried to work at a whole lot of jobs. They said, nope. Tried to go back to the nursing home. Nope. I said, the only thing I can come back is on YouTube. Come back home on YouTube. I asked somebody, I said, I got a phone call from Herman. There's no shade. He called me. He said, hey, you need to get a laptop. You know what I'm saying? I said, oh, okay, well, man, all right. Said that. And next thing you know, I went on my YouTube channel. I said, hey, I need a laptop for my show. I need a laptop for my show. I get a message that said, I'll give you a laptop. I'll buy you a laptop, a new one. Here you go. Send the money, send the Lyft, send the Uber money for me to get it, and we got it. Because I asked for it. So, with that being said, I am praying for Rico. How many people is praying for Rico? Press 1 if you're praying for Rico. Press 1 if you're praying for Rico. Press 2, you're not praying. How many of y'all praying for Rico? Press 1 if you're praying for Rico. I need to see how many people are praying for him. We have 1, 2 in the chat that said they're not praying. We have 2 people in the chat that said they're not praying. Somebody said he seems like a nice guy. Prada, do you want to come on? Let me see if I can get Prada on. Get your laptop together. You can come on if you think this is I want to talk to. And then anybody want to come on that have animals that isn't a bad situation? Is it a bad situation? How did it make you feel? Should he be in jail? And I'm actually sure you think this man be in jail for the animal stuff. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you think he should be in jail. I truly don't like seeing content creators go to jail over beef sector crap. And someone would say, did he really go to jail for a beef sector crap, or did he go to jail for hitting his dog? Someone said, I love cats. Broke my heart when he smacked Snowbella. Don't know him, but he needs prayer. Don't know what happened. I think he should be fine. I think jail is a bit excessive. I have a pet doggy and everything. No, we're talking about Rico with the dog stuff. We're talking about Rico. Wiley, he told the cops his intention regarding boy. He did. He said he was going to harm KRN. That he was going to get on the bus and harm. Like, you can't say that. That's foolish. That's crazy. You can't say you're going to harm somebody like that. What? That is foolish. You can't do that at all. And then admitting it to the cop, that's crazy. He need to be put on do not allow him to adopt. We have Prada. Prada, you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, let me turn you up a little bit so I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Oh, it's a little low. You got your hand over there? Go ahead, Prada. Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah. What was your question?
So you said too. Why you say you're not going to pray for him? Let me know your reason about all that. Do you think jail is excessive? What do you think about this whole entire situation?
First of all, I'm not praying for him because I am T'Challa. So that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, you can't be on the internet abusing animals. Like, so no, I'm not praying for you. Him.
And my thing is with Rico, and I wish that, and Uncle Tim, he said it, he have to come up to that reason to say, hey, I'm going to get help. Nobody can force him. But I'm looking like, bruh, you in a program paying free rent. Do you know I'm trying to get housing my dang on self, my own house with a lease. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think maybe that's why he's crashing out, Wiley?
Huh?
Do you think maybe that's a reason why he's crashing out?
No, I think he's crashing out because it's the alcohol. It's the excessive drinking.
Right,
it may be something else he's doing that we don't know.
What do you think is the root cause of his alcoholism?
Childhood trauma. Childhood trauma. That's what I believe. Childhood trauma. Mom addicted to alcohol. He don't have his dad in his life. He don't have his he don't have his aunt. He had some family members just trying to live with him in the free house, and they was talking to me, talking about coming to Vegas. I said, why would you try to do that and be homeless? Like, they don't have houses like that in Vegas, like to help you on your feet. It's like the waiting list is excessive. and he definitely need help. Definitely need help.
Rosie said if he wasn't allowed to have pets, I don't know how kindly his landlord will take to all of this. Do you know if he was allowed to have pets in his
I
apartment?
don't know if he was allowed. I think somebody else is backstage. Is that Heidi?
Yes, yes.
Hi,
Hi.
Heidi.
Hey, Wiley. Hey, everybody.
Hey. So I said I have Heidi on, and I also have Prada on as well. Um, I see. I got your point, Prada. I want to hear from Heidi. You're an OG. You've been in the sector for many, many years. I've been knowing you for years. What do you have to say about this whole Rico thing? Do you feel like he deserved to be in jail? What's your thoughts when you heard that Rico was arrested this morning?
I was very shocked. I didn't see the video of the dog abuse, and I wanted to come up because I am an animal lover, and so just the thought of someone abusing a dog, I didn't want to see the video. I did see the arrest video. And,
Okay.
I thought he was, he probably gave a little bit too much information. And overall, and I am going to do a video on this later. I'm not sure exactly when, but I was hoping he would get out. But I feel like that, you know, the dog's life, you know, matters, but his life matters. He's a human. So I feel like at the end of the day, he should be banned from getting animals, but he shouldn't be locked up. I do think that if he abused the animal, he's going to have to pay for that crime. I just don't, I didn't watch it. Just hearing it, you know, I couldn't watch it because I love my animals. So, but yes, I don't believe he should have got locked up. I think they should have just took the dog and banned him from adopting or having any more animals.
But
I
Heidi,
agree.
how
I
do you
agree on
feel
that.
about this? How do you feel about this being the second incident that we know of involving Rico and an animal?
See, I didn't know that as well. I'd be, in and out. It's just that this is getting so much coverage. I was like, what? And so, but I like I said, I saw the
Oh yes, it
arrest.
had. It had. I know you heard about it because I know they probably sent it to your inbox early this morning. I was asleep and woke up to messages saying they were saying that Rico got around. I was one here from. It was some folks I haven't heard from in years sending me messages.
Right, right. So I'm
It's
gonna exit. I just wanted to come up and I love
okay.
you. I'm enjoying the show.
Love you too, Heidi.
Okay, bye.
Love you too. Thank you. So I know, Prada, you're saying that you're not gonna pray for him. I'm gonna pray for in this regard of his health, his the health. Pray for he have a healthy mind. And this is the thing: if your mind is not healthy, anything you touch is going to crumble. It's going to crumble. And see, when I first got out of jail, people was writing me letters and saying, "Don't rush back. The people will be there. Take your time." Prada, you can contest to this. You was on the phone with me. You was on the phone with me, if you remember. And I pretty much was kind of telling you, I'm just not in the headspace to do it.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't in the place to even do it as well. And then eventually I said, hey, I will do it. But and so you have been there for me and through thick and thin, like so many others. I don't want to see, I really don't want to see Rico self harm himself because if he, this is what the enemy do. You don't have nothing, nobody love you. You know what I'm saying? Rico really wants somebody to love him. And people were saying, Wiley, Rico loved you. He didn't know how to love me. He was lusting after me. Stop saying that
Yeah.
word love. Because if you
Right.
love me, you want to throw no drink in my face. Say amen or
Fact.
ouch.
Ouch.
You won't throw no drink in my face if you love me. And alcoholic beverages, he did not love me. So that was lust. But he said, right, Wiley. That was lust. So stop saying that he loved me. He was lusting. He wanted the peen. He was aggressive. And I regret ever introducing him to this sector to go live and him being a content creator because clearly he can't handle it. I remember his aunt Sparkle, she was cussing me out this before she passed. May she rest in peace. She was cussing me out for Rico. Rico was drinking him and Sparkle. They double teamed me on that live. I ain't gonna never forget it. And a couple of Years after that, or maybe a year or two after that, she passed away. Then his grandmother passed. Like, Rico really have to take care of his health and don't worry about what people say. Because guess what? They're going to always, now, this you've been arrested, they're going to really talk about you. More. You ain't going to be able to stop it. Look at what I went through.
Right.
His situation ain't nowhere near to my situation.
Right.
It was all over TikTok. It was all over Facebook. Even a man that owed me money was up there trying to talk about me, a friend, supposed to be friend of mine. They've been knowing me for years. He in the chat. He still owe me. He still owe me a cup. At least about $60. He all up in the chat just dragging. I said, this the dude that owed me money. And you remember it, Prada, they were talking about me everywhere. I mean, yes. Big content creators.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up because I had went on Storm's channel earlier and I noticed that he didn't post a video about Denied. So again, I have to pose the question, why was everybody posting videos literally 30 seconds after Wiley got taken into custody, but no one is keeping the same energy? Facts. Storm's excuse was, oh my God, Wiley dragged me. Wiley dragged me. He said so many awful things about me. Okay, well, so did Denied. Did you make a video about him?
Sure did. Denied definitely said a lot of evil stuff about Storm.
Recently.
Surely did.
Interesting.
You sure right about that. You sure right. I'm like, he showed, well, let me go on his page to confirm what he had in saying. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Nope. Nothing. Crickets. And then you have to be careful. You have to be careful with Storm, because sometimes if you don't see Storm live, he can't go live. So sometimes you got to have that in place too, because sometimes Storm have to be fighting strikes and to get his page back up and stuff. I know his website was down and all that type of stuff. Yes, you get ads in the middle of the live. We got to get our coins. That's all we need.
Okay.
Yes. That's why we needed a laptop, because to increase the revenue. We can't be doing this for free. I told y'all we had 3 months.
Yes.
Man, turn to your neighbor and say 3 months. So when we leave here, we either do a extended stay, or we do a pass split, or we do an Airbnb.
Well, I'm praying for a straight up lease for you. Okay.
Or you better say it, sis, or straight up lease.
Yes. Lord.
Okay. Sure. But
I don't want y'all to think I'm being mean towards Rico. It's just you have to get to a point in your life where you're fed up with your own bull s. Okay. And clearly he has not reached that point yet. So though I hope he gets better, sometimes, like Wiley said, sometimes people just need to go to jail in order to get their life together. Now, while he's in jail, I do pray that he does not lose his home. I will pray about that. Yes.
I agree. He pray that he do not lose his home, because it is especially because you ain't gonna find a place that say $0.00. That's an amazing program to be in that he's in, and he stay in a good area, in a good area. He don't stay in a bad area. He stay in a good area in Queens, I believe, a good area.
Deborah, you back, girl?
A good area. They said there's a pattern of harming animals. Yes. Excuse me. You're right, Deborah. It is a pattern of hurting animals. This ain't the first time. We all saw it with the cat. And then when that cat had to go to freedom, I mean, that cat took off like hell and speed and light. Whew, that cat was gone. Because that cat was gone. He was that cat was pew, like that cat moved so fast. It was a hot meat.
And I have a cat, so no, I can't feel sorry for you if you are out here abusing animals. And somebody.
Yes, I do believe that they'll rally behind Rico to help him get housing. But the thing is, will he keep it maintained?
Corey said, if you hurt an animal, you'd unalive a human. It's been proven. That's facts.
Yeah, and so when I say this about, and then Rico, he threats. Rico liked to fight. When he, Lord have mercy, Jesus. When he showed the knife, I said, that's it. That's the nail in the coffin right there.
Wow.
He showed that on his YouTube video. What video that was on the video? My producer sent over the receipt to me of him holding a knife, waving it, and now he's locked up. And then they came early in the morning. So that means they probably got multiple videos. Somebody said this. This is the person that said this in his chat. The name of the person was Too Much. Clanley27 said, "This is Rico. You need to calm down. You want this video to be evidence. Just be nice to the dog as you are now." They're gonna use all that stuff against him, just like the whole situation with Denied. When we was on the phone with Lord have mercy, I was tired. But the source reached out to me, and I took my medicine ready to go to sleep. I get on the phone, and she heard that man said $250,000 for a bond.
Yes,
said,
sir.
What?
Yes, sir.
What? So, did you hear any other information for Denied, or did you? Because I know you sent me over a video where Danny Robinson was covering it.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to her. I'm still waiting on my interview. But did she say any updates that we should know about?
She did actually. So she was able to explain why the bail amount was so high. It's $250,000. She said it was due to them putting out a bench warrant on him.
Oh, they had a bench warrant? Okay.
Yeah. Apparently for failure to appear in court.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And so, wow. So did they ever take down the bail? Oh, so they're gonna have a beer. They said, okay. Somebody saying Wiley has a hearing coming, his bail might drop. Oh, okay. They said something about mistrial. So did they drop? Do you know if they dropped the bail from $250,000?
No, as far as I know, his bail is still set at $250,000. Like Tasha said, he was transferred to airport court this morning, and that's where I guess he was arraigned, or however that goes.
Wow.
And so they are deciding whether or not to release him. With his bail being $250,000, I doubt they're going to release him.
Somebody said he felt the dog abuse was acceptable. This is why he had no issues showing it on YouTube.
That's facts.
He was showing it on YouTube. They said Danny was still on hold. She says she will come back. Okay.
Thank you, Tasha.
Okay. And we have to come back and report on it. But when I tell you, it was so many videos that I did regarding it. It was like a lot. I know I'm about to get ready to eat dinner. But I said I had to come on here to respond to VS and our history in the B sector and stuff. But it's good to see her back, taking her health serious. But a lot of the OGs in this sector took a break from the sector because they did it all. Once you do something for so long, eventually you'll continue to do it, or you say, "Hey, I have growth. I have a family now. I have a career now. I don't want to do that anymore." But I'm coming from the school of thought is, but don't get mad at the people that still want to do the B sector. But I believe in doxing and all of that. No, I don't believe that you should be calling people jobs and messing with their apartment complex, because on bingo, they do that a lot. They say they can lift the big warrant and the bond could be dropped a lot. Okay. All right. I just hope he learned his lesson, because he keep picking up these charges, and because it was in 2023, the first one, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Are you bailing him out? Did you post bail money? Do you have the $25,000 to get him out? Right.
Oh, okay. I thought you about me. I ain't got no $25,000. If he waiting on me, baby, he gonna be in there. Because remember how he said,
"Why you should call him? You should call him and check on him."
Who Denied?
Mm-hmm.
I call and check and see what's going on. I'm definitely going to call and check and see what's going on. Okay, because let's be clear, $250,000 for a misdemeanor, really? $250,000 for a misdemeanor? That's way more than mine.
Deborah said he's gonna be waiting till Jesus come back.
Yeah, he's gonna be waiting till Jesus come back. They said, I know Deborah, he claimed he was like that when he first got the dog. The dog did come from an abusive situation already, That's what makes it even worse. Yeah, and it's saying that the dog will go back to the same house they came from. It's sad.
Rye said, I ain't bailing my mama out at 250.
And she ain't bailing my mama out for $250,000. No, it's a Wiley wants everyone free. No, I want him to get the mental health treatment. Just same thing with Denat. I don't think Denat need jail time. He need anger management. Yes, and he need mental health treatment, but he's going to sit in that jail because they have all the programs behind closed doors in jail. If they don't drop the bail, he's going to be in there because I don't think his audience is going to bail him out for $250,000. I'm not. Now, I don't know if even Armand Wiggins or anybody of that nature that had problems with Denat is going to say something. Because if anybody had to say something about being violent, it should be Armand, correct? Because he ran up on him trying to fight him. And I'm like, I didn't know Denat was that violent until I watched Danny's video last night. And she said, oh my gosh, he had this situation happen in 2023. And then she dragging him because Denat dragged her. Now, when she was talking about my case, she didn't drag me. She didn't drag me. She actually did a good word saying it was a mental health situation. She didn't do that for Denat, if you notice. She didn't call him and say, yeah, it's a mental health crisis. She said, good, he locked up, and I didn't put money on his book. I don't know if Danny put money on my books or was somebody else, but it was some money on my books because I was able to get some snacks and stuff off commissary. I don't know who did it. Because, you know how some people say, I did it. They don't be the ones. I don't know who did it because they don't tell you.
I know who did it.
They said, if you play with your freedom, you sit in jail. Even my mama learned a lesson. Yeah, I learned a lesson. I know me personally. Baby, when I was in that jail, first of all, when I first got there and I slept on the floor, I learned my lesson. And then I was there, and it's a hard bed. I mean, that cot is so hard.
No.
And I definitely learned a lesson. And I feel that Rico don't need it. But this is our justice system. Yeah, when I was in lockup, waiting to go to the unit, I slept on the floor. Because you can't, it's like the little benches and stuff like this, and so you can't sleep on there. Man, I slept on the floor with no cover, no pillow. And I woke up the next day, it was morning time. Someone said, have you checked on 82 because he tried to come at him real bad, involve his family, just very tacky and doing too much. No, I didn't talk to 82. No, we don't talk offline. No, I haven't talked to 82, but I did see respond. Somebody said, I think his BF either called the cops on him because they got into a fight. They booked him on the bench warrant, or 82 called him in for terroristic threats. They said, my baby daddy didn't learn his lesson, Smile. He also is a narcissist, so I know how that goes. Yeah. And this is not first chance. I don't think he's going to come back being humble. No.
Right.
Because he's going to come back, y'all bees, blah, 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 blah.
Especially if he gets out quickly.
I
said, especially if he gets out quickly.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. That is so true.
No, right. I think 82 said he didn't have anything to do with this.
No, I don't think 82 had anything to do with this. I think this was something that was already brewing, and maybe somebody made a call because the way how Deidre Kane said, you don't know who knows when you mess with an elderly lady. And I'm like, yeah, put that on, man. He should just take a break from YouTube and focus on being a better person. Because S&P, I took a break off YouTube. Did I take a break? And people did.
S&P, in case you didn't hear, he retired from YouTube. Okay, he's strictly on Twitch.
And then but he never retired because the stuff that I saw about 82 wasn't on Twitch. It was on YouTube. It was on YouTube. I saw it directly on YouTube. I'm like, whoa, I thought you was retired. And then he said, y'all keep messing with me with the you Indians, I'm suing. And then somebody said he was typing up the lawsuit on Twitch. He was manic. I couldn't tell. I was prepared to be in the vice president. I'm Googling private schools for me and my nieces. I'm up here Googling private schools in DC, thinking I'm about my black ass about to be the vice president.
It was the fact that he was given a tutorial on YouTube about how to sue YouTube. Sir, what?
He just needs to sit down. Like what? Yeah, I'm like, that was too much. They said you could sue YouTube. I'm like, a house he retired after 2 years. He not retiring. That if you was expecting a $15,000 check product, you would be upset too. 15 grand and it's just gone, and you depending upon that income.
Wiley, the number just kept going up. First
It
it was
did kept going.
7
It
or
probably was
8,
like 4 or
then it
5,000.
was 12, then it was 15, then oh well, if you really combine the amount of views that I got, it would equal 20K. Sir, no. No, no, no.
Yeah, it was a lot on him. It was a lot on him. I'm just saying. Let me see if anybody else reported on it. This have been rough. They said the Indian plantation owners was, who was that? What's that word? Brigade. What was that word he's using? Brigading his platform and making him. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I see y'all in here with big words. Okay. Let me check. Let me check Armand's Twitter. Let me see if he respond to him. Because I was looking, I was like, is he gonna respond? But no, he was on vacation, so I think he's still on vacation.
But okay, so Rise said it was from his last year from being demonetized. Now, Wiley, I'm gonna get your opinion since you were actually a monetized creator on YouTube. If you did something, okay, let's say you had a really good month and you were expecting, a nice payout, but you did something to break the rules of YouTube and they terminate your channel. And part of the terms and conditions is if your channel is terminated, you are not entitled to the money. What is your take on that?
Yeah. I do believe you should get something because you already put in the work. You already put in the work on YouTube, so you should get your payment. Especially if that's your only income, do you need it? Because VS said something. She said if you don't have something to go home to, you're a very dangerous person when you ain't got nothing. When you ain't got nothing to come on to. If you lose your income, you will see a crash out. Because obviously, when you saw Denat saying that he was owed this money, and you saw how he was just crashing out from New York all the way to California, you can tell he was dependent upon that money for some bills.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have I don't believe he didn't have no. Now he couldn't have had a 9-to-5 job because he was on YouTube a lot, and he was just on that for hours and hours and hours, and just kept repeating himself. And I saw the crash out. I witnessed it with my own 2 eyes. I've said he's crashing out. He denied it. He said, I don't have no mental illness. I ain't got no mental. F you, Wiley, MNTL, library situation, dookie. I'm like, oh, this dude ain't trying to get dookie.
He would get no, he would get up there. Whenever you would say what you just said, like, oh, he's crashing out, he's manic or whatever, then he would get back on his platform and be like, oh, when I'm crashing out, like, I'm not really crashing out. It's just all an act, sir. It's not all an act. You are crashing out for real.
Absolutely. And then he's so talented. He know how to edit. He have his StreamYard looking good. Like, he know how to move pictures to the side and all he know how to do all of that. But what does it profit you? You ain't in your right state of mind.
Facts. And just nasty, rude, mean. I remember his original channel, even a couple of months ago, he had strong support, a lot of support. You're talking at least 400 people in his chat live, and then a couple thousand views a few hours after the stream has ended. But he was so rude and nasty to the people supporting him. He would be telling them, I don't really care about y'all. I'm not like these other creators. I don't need to have a personal relationship with you. If you feel like you need a personal relationship with me, you can get the F out of here. I don't need you over here. I'm Denat. I'm great. I'm T'Challa. I don't need y'all. I have Will Smith's acting coach. He's the best acting coach in the world. I own Hollywood. I run Hollywood. I personally built the Hollywood sign up in Hollywood. Like, just, sir, well, okay. And I guess those people left.
Mm-hmm. It's something, man. It is so something. Let me check. Let me see any updates on Rico. Let me just double check and see any updates on Rico. We are live. We are live. You guys, you laughing?
Y'all is funny in this chat. Deborah
Mhm.
said he would fire all his mods every other week.
It's crazy. It's crazy. He. They said to not crash out on the people. Stop cash apping him when Tasha. What was that? Tasha
Tattoo
neck
neck,
and
and
she
she
didn't
didn't.
enough. He
Yo,
lost it
stop.
again. Wow.
Oh my god,
Wow.
y'all is
They
crazy.
said, I mean, he did call Ace's sister, cuss her all the way out, threatening her life, but I couldn't help but laugh when he called her an alligator mouth.
Wow.
They said a Hollywood gatekeeper. The protest was political and hateful, and that's what got him demonetized. Oh, okay, because he was at the protest. And then I heard that he was harassing the people at the protest. I heard when he was
Well, he was harassing people outside
got-
the courthouse.
okay.
Someone, let me scroll up and see if I see the comment. But someone had mentioned, a few people in the chat were mentioning, oh well, if he's behaving this way online, I wonder how much more vulgar he is offline. Well, I mean, we saw a peek at that when he was streaming outside the courthouse in New York.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Being unhinged, crazy, begging people for food. Then somebody gave him a slice of their pizza, and he was like, this is nasty. Sir, how are you begging? How are you begging for food and somebody gives you their food and you bite it and say it's nasty?
That's great. I'm so sick and tired. Ooh, that was crazy to do. What? And he is definitely in jail. And it happened so quick because y'all kept saying, and then people kept reaching out to me. He's in jail. I'm like, why they keep posting it? I saw it afterwards. I'm like, oh, they were sending comments earlier. And I was like, someone said he's not live. And I'm like, oh, that's quite strange because he was going live
Right.
almost every day.
Every hour.
Yeah, now he got to eat jail food. Oh, yeah, and the jail food is nasty. I'm telling you, it is disgusting.
Every
Then some
time
people
y'all
that
make a
like being.
reference,
Go ahead, I'm
every
sorry.
time y'all make a reference about him being in jail, I just think of how he was sitting up on his channel constantly replaying clips from the Walmart video over and over, just cackling. And though I would not root for anyone going to jail, I just think it is crazy how Wiley was in this position last year, and now the number one person who is making fun of him is now in this same position.
Yeah, ain't that sad? Ain't that sad? I'm telling you, that's so sad. And then via shout out to her, she said she didn't talk about the Walmart because it was sad and stuff. So shout out to her on that. But VS,
Right.
we did the video to respond to her, and we praying for Rico. We are praying that God heal him in his mind, in his soul. He needed healing. In Jesus' name I pray, thank God, amen. He definitely needed because he's going through it. He's by himself. But when I got out of jail, I didn't have nobody. Nobody.
You didn't have
There
no
was
money,
nobody.
no phone,
I didn't have no
nowhere to
phone,
go,
no
nickels to
equipment.
get on the bus, no
Couldn't get
blanket,
no
no
total on the bus.
jacket.
And God was just blessed. A homeless man said, "Let me get him on the bus." He used his car, and I was able to get on the
Wow.
bus.
Another homeless
So,
person helping.
and then there was another bus I had to say. I remember in my book bag that I had some change in my book bag, and I got the change. I was able to get on the bus to get to an area to sleep outside.
Wow.
That was my story, and it was a teachable story. And this lesson I've learned, you see the change. I don't crash it like that. Crash it at my family like that. I don't crash it on people like that. I don't cuss people out like because I was rough even on to my moderators. Even Tasha said, "Even while I know you was manic, you was even going off on her." And I was really going off. I was manic to the 10. And so
nobody
I
can
feel
talk to
that
you. There's really nothing you can say to anybody in that state of mind.
no, you cannot. They need treatment. they need medicine, they need excessive therapy. You can't help it. And them type of people, you can't help it. And so what I learned, in order for family members to trust you, you have to be on your good behavior. You have to get on your good behavior as well. And so it's a lot of bad treatment I went to in my childhood as a teenager, then versus with the church stuff and stuff. That's why my best advice to people is be careful where you go to church. Because you might go to the wrong church and do more harm. You'd have came out better just stand in the strip club.
Facts.
So you got to be very careful. It's a lot for it as well. Speaking about, not to change the subject, did they say they doing that Wings stop doing free wings?
Y'all, it's National Chicken Wing Day. Turn up. I'm making hamburgers.
Is that true?
I'm not making no chicken wings. I'm making hamburgers.
I heard that. You said you making hamburgers?
Yes.
Oh, you said you making hamburgers.
Yeah, but I have a question for you in the chat.
Go ahead.
Have y'all signed up for y'all's Rocket Mortgage?
You said, did they sign up for the Rocket Mortgage?
Yes.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Don't get Miss Barbara started. Don't get Miss Barbara started.
They said all I have to do is say Rocket Mortgage and she'll appear.
Child. Not you said Rocket Mortgage, child. Rocket Mortgage. She came on and she probably was her grandbaby. Because I sent everybody the link. And you guys, so you don't see me quickly going live unless we got some serious tea that we got to go live. You can text me. Unless you say stop texting you, then I won't text you again. And I'll text you when I go live, and that's 702-355-9581 when we go live. Because some people will be like, stop texting, but y'all have not been saying that. So if you want to be notified, because YouTube is only 3% of the notification sent out, which is crazy. They said, here comes Miss Barbara. They said Rocky Morgan. They said Miss Barbara is about to appear like Candyman. Not Rocky Morgan 3-time Barbara with. Yes, Miss Barbara is something, and we love Miss Barbara coming on the show. We love her, even though we can deal with her antics because I'm used to it. Yeah. Because at first it used to get on my nerves. I'm like, she just interrupted.
I didn't know how to take Miss Barbara, but then again, we've been knowing Miss Barbara for like 3 years now. I didn't know how to take her at first.
And she ain't changing. Her daughter sound like she have a good head on her shoulders.
Yeah, she's really sweet.
Yes, her daughter was like, did y'all hear about this? I'm like, her daughter sound like she have a good head on her shoulders. I'm like, go ahead, daughter, go ahead.
Then y'all remember Miss Barbara had that unusual username, apartments available in New York, and we were like, what is this?
And then she would jump on, and then she would talk about Into New York, and I'm like, Miss Barbara, stop.
And how she's in the witness protection program.
Then she would talk about she went in the protection program, but her daughter was like, yeah, she was. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm weak.
Child, and she said she hurried up and got up out of there.
Okay.
I'm like, and I wonder who was Miss Barbara's life story would probably be very interesting. Right. All the stuff she went to. She used to call in and tell Wiley what he should do. Yeah, she used to do that. They said I want Miss Barbara to hop on camera next time she live. Remember when she
supposed to do that today?
Right. Remember when she first hopped on camera? When she said, "I'm auditioning for 2 Men and a Lady." I'm auditioning.
Who started the rumor that woman was in a wheelchair?
I don't know who started that rumor. They would say that. I remember that apartment accounts. I went to her channel and she had snatched off her wig and was going. They said, I don't know Miss Barbara, but she's sending money to her fiance Brad Pitt. Miss Barbara is a pretty lady.
She is.
Said, "Dan, Miss Barbara." Yeah, Miss Barbara. She don't ain't in a wheelchair. I seen her walk. Miss Barbara can walk, but some people can walk and still be in a wheelchair. So it all depends on the situation.
Yeah, Miss Barbara is Alpo Martinez Jr.
Yes. So just to let y'all know, we do have a producer that is at the courthouse. So I'm waiting on them. So for Rico.
Now we got boots on the ground for real.
Yes, we have boots on the ground. They
See
have to
how
send
when
a
you
message.
ask God and He delivers. See how we was joking about boots on the ground last night. Now we have boots on the ground in
Yes,
reality.
see how something going because I was asking who was that called in last night? Jadon, not Jadon,
Zaydon.
Zaydon. And Zaydon, we actually is you going? No, Wiley, I ain't going on stuff like that. I'm like, okay.
Zaydon said that's too ghetto for him. He lives in an affluent neighborhood.
Oh yeah, he said together for him. And it's just something, and I just want you all to keep me in your prayers, okay? And somebody said, "Why did I see the change in you?" I was like, so thank God for seeing the change because you don't even got to say you changed. People can see it and see, yes, while you get everything he was manifestation is real. It's like, yes,
Melissa, I don't know. I don't know, Melissa.
You said, why is it well on YouTube playing so many people on here are missing an arm and can't walk? People are crazy. Yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, that's true. Stay in alignment. That's so true. I agree. That is so true.
Wiley, let's do an evening prayer.
Huh?
Let's do an evening prayer.
Listen to evening prayer?
Let's do an evening prayer.
Oh, yeah, we should do an evening prayer. Mm-hmm. That would be amazing. Ooh, because yesterday, y'all took me out. I wanted to take a nap, and then something else come BS to talk about it. I said, Lord, let me just get up, because it's only 4:41 here. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. I'm definitely praying, but people are definitely talking about it. So I'm going to be keeping an update because I know
and the numbers are up. The numbers look really good.
Yes, because people are watching and stuff like that. Because if you get consistent on YouTube, some people, they'll come along and they will watch you and all that type of stuff. Definitely will watch you. Okay.
Raya says she needs proof of leg movement and walking from Miss Barbara.
Oh, you need proof of leg movement and walking. Well, you're gonna get because she ain't gonna hardly get up for y'all now. She probably up there watching her grandbaby, knowing her. But she probably out there watching her grandbaby. Oh, Miss Barbara. Love her. She is something else. Don't we love Miss Barbara?
We do.
She is something else. Yes, and you guys, I love that she had contributed for We Can Have the StreamYard. We thank her for this particular month, but somebody said, Wiley, you get your money's worth on the StreamYard. I was like, yes, because I really love when you can post pictures and stuff like that.
How many times did you play the intro today for this live?
Probably like 4 times.
No, it's okay because I missed it though.
4 times. That's how when they hide behind an avatar, you don't know what limbs they have. That's true.
I'm weak.
That is so true. I like being on camera and stuff like that. I would be on camera more outside in Vegas, but it's so hot. Even if my phone heating up, but it's just still hot and sweaty. You be all hot and sweaty and stuff. Like I've stayed in the shower doing that. That's how I got to get. I got to get some more clothes. Like because now I got to go wash and all that type of stuff. So I got to find a laundromat. Like oh my gosh, but you got to do what you got to do. Because I miss my little apartment when you had a wash machine to dry, you had an air fryer. So, this I miss around you. So when my former roommate was doing his interview on Storm, they said, I thought that was Wiley air fryer. You have to understand, I had my own place and I had my own air fryer, and then I moved in with him. And then, of course, he had to replace all the stuff. But I was looking forward to having a press tour, not a press tour, like a little tour, doing interviews and stuff like that. Them people said, hell no, we thought you was going to be gone forever.
Exactly.
But that, like my uncle said, I remember he used to go to churches and they didn't agree with how he was preaching because he would preach against women preachers. And he said, I ain't got to worry about if you don't receive me. I can always go home and preach. So that's how I look about the Wiley Show. You may not receive me over there, but I can always go home and do a video to my own people.
Exactly.
It's been a lot of stuff going on. I mean, a lot of stuff from the T app. I want to ask you really quickly about the T app situation, him exposing or a man being a victim of the T app. I guess they posted this picture there. They're harassing him. I tried to click on the thread and it wasn't letting me click on it for some odd reason. What do you have to say about that? Because he was going off.
Yeah, you played the for some reason, some threads on Lipstick Alley, unless you have a specific type of account, it won't let you see the thread. And so it was doing that with this thread. So I sent you the Facebook video, the actual link to that you played earlier. Yeah, so we spoke a little bit about the T app the other day. I was disturbed when I found out what it was. Now, as a woman, I understand the importance of um safety for women concern, as it concerns to dating and things like that. However, it also concerns me that we would not be able to discern whether or not a man will be violent with us or dishonest with us without the use of an app. And so I think the gentleman who we heard, he seemed upset about the fact that his information was on this app without his knowledge. So, just to be clear, in order to create a profile on the app, you have to verify your identity. So, with a driver's license, a passport, something like that. And then once you are on the app, you are able to upload pictures of these men and their phone numbers, their home addresses, um, and things like that. And so that part is very frightening to me because if we found out that men were doing that, we would be in fear for our lives. So, yeah.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Because it's a real no, it's a real app. That T app is very real. And it was like number one, almost number one on the Apple Store. So it's really real. People love that. And so people data and stuff is gone, and because of that, and it's crazy. It's like
Yeah, phone numbers, addresses, passport information, driver's license information, pictures of the women because they have to take a live selfie to verify their identity, make sure it matches their driver's license or passport photo. And then, like I said, they're able to upload all types of pictures and information about the men. And of course, the men have no idea about this.
I feel you on that. Well, this was fun today. Thank you, Prada, for coming up. We're going to bring this video to a close. We may come back for another video, you guys, if we have any updates on Denard or any updates on Rico, but keep them both in your prayers for that. And we may come back for another video. Because I think, well, how many videos did we do today? Just two? Gosh, no, yesterday we did a lot. Anyway, little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. And I will see you all later. They say, yes, come back. Let me go eat something. I'll think about it. All right, y'all. Y'all be blessed.